Well, thank you very much for this show of interest for changes to the Youth Criminal Justice Act. I'm pleased to be here with my colleague Jean-Pierre Blackburn to announce another step in our government's plan to tackle crime and strengthen the security of Canadians. A little over an hour ago, our government tabled legislation to better protect communities from dangerous young offenders. We tabled a bill to amend the Youth Criminal Justice Act. Across this country, Canadians are growing concerned about the rate of youth criminal activity and the seriousness of these crimes. In Nova Scotia, for example, there was a fatal accident caused by a young offender out on bail. And I don't have to tell you that Toronto has witnessed far too many recent shootings by young people. And Winnipeg faces an explosion in car thefts by troubled teens. That's why, in the last election, our government made a commitment to make changes to the Youth Criminal Justice Act. Canadians expect adult offenders to face meaningful consequences for serious crimes. The same must hold true for young offenders. Judges must be given greater authority to denounce, deter, and detain youth in the criminal justice system. Our First Amendment is to include deterrence and denunciation in the Youth Criminal Justice Act as sentencing principles. This change would allow judges to impose punishments with the objective of deterring and denouncing the young person's actions. Currently, under the YCJA, this is not the purpose of a youth sentence. We are also proposing to change the current pretrial detention provision in the Act. This change will make it easier to detain youth in custody prior to their trials if the youth are a danger to society. The new pretrial detention measures would apply to those who have committed an offence that creates a danger of causing serious bodily harm and for those who have breached previous conditions of release. Various stakeholders, including my provincial and territorial counterparts, have long called for changes to the Act. They have shared with me their concerns about dangerous youth prior to their trials, and we believe that an immediate amendment is needed to ensure that this can in fact be done. In addition to these proposed amendments, our government will be launching a broader review of the youth justice system next year. I think it's appropriate to do it. It's the 100th anniversary of this country's first system of youth criminal justice and the 5th anniversary of the Youth Criminal Justice Act. And we will be providing details of that review, including the scope of that review, in the near future. This bill is one of a series of tackling crime bills that our government is introducing this session. Last month, as you know, we tabled our Tackling Violent Crime Act. That bill will achieve, among other things, it will better protect youth from sexual predators. It will protect society from dangerous offenders, get serious with drug-impaired drivers, and toughen sentencing and bails for those who commit serious gun crimes. So, in addition, in the past 21 months, we've also introduced a national anti-drug strategy. We've invested in crime prevention community projects that target youth, and we have passed legislation to penalize those who are involved with street racing. And we have passed legislation to end house arrest for those who commit serious personal injury offenses. And we've also announced that we will table a bill to get tough on the production and trafficking of illegal drugs, and we will table a bill to combat identity theft. Notre gouvernement a été élu pour bâtir un Canada fort, plus sûr et meilleur. We said that we would tackle crime, and we remain committed to that goal, targeting crimes that affect Canadians most. For any government, there is no greater duty than the protection of its citizens. For the Ottawa police officers with me today, there is no greater duty than the protection of the citizens of this city. So I'm proud to be here with my colleagues from the Ottawa Police, and together all of us, I think, can provide a spectrum of response to the issues that we face. And I think the officers will have an opportunity to elaborate or at least answer questions. So to conclude, our government remains unwavering in its determination to keep Canadians safe. By tabling this bill, we are working to hold young lawbreakers accountable to their victims and their community and instill within them a sense of responsibility for their criminal behavior. Merci. Maintenant, mon collègue va dire quelques mots. Monsieur Blackburn?